My name is Raoul Rodriguez, and I had the pleasure for rowing with Ted. And I actually met Ted when I was 11 years old. I grew up in New Orleans, and my father wanted me to learn how to row, and he sent me to this rowing camp at Marist College and in Poughkeepsie, and they dropped me off on a Sunday. Then the following week, my parents came and picked me up, and it was a really cool camp. I mean, we learned how to just row in singles and stuff like that, and they had some real fancy, big-time heavyweights come in to address. I was 11. I'm 11 years old, and there's like probably 30 other campers, and Ted Nash is there to like show us how to be fantastic rowers. And I'm 11, so Ted's like, I got the 21-minute circuit. He's got the 21-minute circuit, 7 stages, 3 minutes per stage, and he's got 135 pounds on a barbell, and I'm 11, and he's throwing it around like it's a rag doll. I guess he's just throwing it around, and finally he like loses control of the weight, and it drops on his shin, and I'm like, Mr. Nash, are you okay? And he looked at me like I was crazy. He's like, why, son? Of course I'm okay. And that was the first like interaction I had with Ted. And the other thing I want to, I really treasure about Ted was 1988, and Ted gave us a pre-race speech at the Olympics, and it was during the course of this speech, I'll never forget this, because all of a sudden Ted wasn't talking about rowing anymore, and Ted said, you have an opportunity tomorrow or right now to be the best in the world. Life's hard. Like you're going to have successes and failures in life. Life is not easy. He said, but Ted said, I know that for 6 minutes, I was the best in the world. And, and Dave and Tom and I, unfortunately, Richard's not here, but, we know for 6 minutes we were the second best in the world, which is okay with me. And, I can't thank Ted enough for putting me in these situations to be special. There's one other funny thing about Ted. Ted's calling me in 1986 to move, or 86, 87. He's like, we're putting this group together, we're training at Penny C, you gotta come up. So what should I do? You gotta drop out of graduate school, move to Philadelphia. He's like, I was like, when do you want me there, Ted? He's like, I'm only there January 1st. And I'm like, all right, Ted, how about like January 8th? And he's like, okay, come on January 8th. So I arrived in Philadelphia, January, I move in with Billy Lamb, and I show up at the boathouse at like 6 o'clock in the morning, because Ted told me to be there, and there's no one there. And I show up the next day, and there's no one there. And I was actually shocked that we actually ended up having a fantastic group, because initially I was a little afraid of that. But I just want to thank everybody, John, for putting this on. Chan, thank you for taking care of Ted. Thank you. Oh, and there's one last thing. John Chasky asked to bring some memorabilia about Ted, and I was fished out home in the straight forest shirts and all that. And then I thought, one thing about Ted that was amazing is he always made sure we were prepared for something that was never going to happen, but we were prepared for it. And so he never let us shove off the dock without black tape and a sponge. And so I brought my sponge and black tape, and I'll leave it up here for the next speaker. Thank you.